Welcome back, everybody. It's me from the future, sharing a little bit of nostalgia here with the old Coinbase Pro, which at some point is going to be the way of the dodo bird, no longer. It's been quite some time now since I've moved all my funds off of the Coinbase Pro over to Coinbase Advanced, which is just coinbase.com essentially. I've got a ton of different exchanges, but this was one I kind of cut my teeth on, right? The Coinbase Pro. Really great, simple to use platform. I have some pretty cool memories too. I mean, geez, back in 2017, it was really just Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. There may have been some other ones on there. I can't remember what it was, but it wasn't more than that. Just in 2017. And then really over the last 3 years is when this tidal wave started happening of just a never-ending list of, Binance style, every possible coin. I mean, this is ridiculous, actually, especially with the way this is laid out. I mean, you're good luck finding anything unless you just use the search, right? So let's just look up Doge real quick here, just for fun, for the meme. Yeah, but and that was the other thing too. I remember from 2017, you could see what was going on in with other currencies, with Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. But now you've got all kinds of stuff. They added the stable coins, a couple years, 2-3 years ago now. But a lot of fun. But what I really wanted to talk about, oh no, I did have one other thing. It was insane, literally just as early as 2017, I remember back at up at the top of the bull run, 2017, price went from, whatever it was, 2,000 up to 20,000. And it was crazy. I mean, you see how still this chart is, even though I'm on the 1-day chart. If you put it on the, like the 5-minute or the 15-minute chart, I mean, I really wish I would have captured some video because it looked like Pong. The price had like no resistance whatsoever. It was literally going this fast, bouncing up and down. And we're talking when we hit 20,000 and then crashed down to 17 and then beyond, all in one, 30-minute time frame. The price was literally like a bouncing ball, like fast. And sometime after 2017's bull run, shortly after, is when they kind of, I think, fine-tuned it so that the speed of the price was not so intense. Some kind of governor or something. Because now, even look, I'm on the 5-minute chart. Put it on the 1-minute chart, and it doesn't look much different from the full day chart. You can see some movement happening here, But anyways, I'm surprised this is still up and running. Apparently, there's lots of folks that still have funds on this account, on this platform. But hey, it's time to move out. And also, I think I understand why. As I was alluding to earlier, I'm going to put it back on the 1-day chart here. Even though I'm locking up, there we go. Yeah, it's really glitchy. I still look at this to get some vantage point on pricing and where the pricing is going to go, because when you've been looking at a style of a chart for 5-6 years, it's kind of hard to not look away. So I'm really going to be kind of bummed when this goes away. So what was I going to say about this now? Yeah, the overlays, right? So you've got an EMA 12, EMA 26, super simple, right? But looking at those two, you were really able to navigate in a very simple way where the price was going, especially after a big plunge down and it was below both of those EMAs. You knew that it was just a matter of time that it was going to blast back up, just like these movements show, right? Every time we went below, we would find ourselves back above it, right? Again, this is the day chart, so the 1-day chart. But I'm going to miss that. Of course, I found a way on tradingview.com to add, of course, the EMA 12 and 26, but it's not the same. It's not the same. Looking at this strange beast of a chart here, And it was always funny to me too that the chart was this tiny little box, and then all the other information was in these bigger boxes, which half the time I wasn't using any of these other charts or other boxes. But really, really, really fun stuff. And then the candle, you can go from the line to the candle, line chart to the candle. Wow, this is pretty extreme too, the way Bitcoin looks right now. Really extreme. I mean, so a lot of rumblings out there that the bull market has started, but again, I'm still a believer that it's a little too early. We have a little bit more bear market time frame left. We aren't close enough to the halving for Bitcoin. However, Litecoin is running right now because its halving's coming up in August, right? So typically, I've mentioned in other videos, once Litecoin starts making its move for its halving, it brings the entire market with it, including Bitcoin, which is what's happening in my opinion, right? So as of today's date, it's Sunday, March 26th. Yeah, the price is just continuing to make its way up towards that halving for Litecoin in August. Bitcoin maxis would probably hate me to say things like that, but hey, that's the way it is. Litecoin is Bitcoin's testnet. It's got all the same functionalities. It's an OG coin. It's been around a long time. Not as long as Bitcoin, of course, but really, again, Litecoin's the testnet for Bitcoin, and it makes moves before Bitcoin in a lot of ways, but it's a good one to follow, right? So I digress. Off the topic of different coins. Yep, I'm gonna miss it. I'll be limited to just my charts that are on tradingview.com, which of course I've gotten used to over the years anyways, so not a big deal. But let me do this. Let's do this really quick. I'm gonna back out of here. Just a couple more things here for old time's sake. Let's just go to Litecoin now that we're on that topic. Make some maxis mad. Hey, I love Bitcoin as much as any maxi does. Trust me. That's why I like Litecoin as well. What I wanted to talk about was how simple the setup was here for purchasing and buying, selling and buying crypto. Just go in here. I mean, 99% of the time I'm using limit orders. Throw in my amount. Whoops, that's LTC. See, I'm out of practice with this now. So let's just say one. I'm going to do one LTC. I'm going to buy it at $90.88. Right? Let's and I would do something like this too. I would look here at the EMAs. Let's open this up here. Wow, it is lagging out for sure. Not even getting interaction. There we go. Yeah, we have our EMA 12 and 26, right? We've got those two there. So I would often play my buys on those EMAs, right? So something like that, $88. Probably, hey, look at that, 88 looks nice. So we can just move it to 88. So you'd set that up, and I'd always make sure to set it as post only, because back in the day it would make the fee cheaper. I don't know if that's still the case. Yeah, look at that. It's still a little cheaper when you see the fees here. And then, of course, once you get all your things in alignment, you press your buy button. But, of course, there's no money in this account. But, yeah, minimal basic at its best. And, again, the setup of of this particular platform was the previous version of Coinbase Pro had almost a full screen of the chart, so it was a lot easier to use. When they updated Coinbase Pro a few years ago, it went to this structure, which I didn't like a lot. But also, looking at the app as well, the Coinbase Pro app, which was fairly new, God, is that awful. What a terrible app. But I tell you what, it's better than the new Coinbase Advanced app. It's basically just the Coinbase app. Man, just too much going on for one app and not executed well, in my opinion. But hey, Still a fan. You know, I'm a user for Kraken, for Coinbase. I had Binance for a little while, but I've closed that account since then. Yeah, tons of different exchanges that I still use today. But that was it. Just wanted to give, timestamp this and maybe say thank you for all those late nights looking at your Coinbase Pro charts. I'm gonna miss you, and I'm sure everybody else here on the listening is going to do the same. But I think that's it. Just a quick hello and goodbye. Thank you, Coinbase Pro. All right, everybody. Stay safe. Buy low, sell high. Never sell at a loss.